Hello, we are going to do our small string art crafting kit. When you get your kit, what you are going to receive is the stain color that you chose, the string color in that shade that you chose, and we will have supplied a background piece of paper with your designs drawn on it already that complements both your background and the string color that you chose. And you will also get a bag of nails. So on here, if you can see, the design that you chose is already drawn onto that piece of paper. In our samples, I like to make the edges a little rougher. It's just personal preference. If you like the crisp edges, you can go ahead and leave it just as it is. All I do is I come along and I just pull just the edge of that paper up. If you have shaped scissors, I know a lot of people get those from the craft stores. Those are fun to give your edge a little bit of sass. So I'm just gonna finish tearing up this other edge. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna glue this piece of paper down with either some glue at your house or the Mod Podge that we send with you. If you wanna use the paintbrush, go right ahead and do that. I am simply just going to use my finger. You don't wanna get your paper sopping wet, but you definitely want to get the whole back of this covered. So the Mod Podge is gonna dry clear. And I'm not gonna worry that a little bit of that is on there because I'm actually gonna go over the outside edge to keep it down. Okay, now I am going to place my design right on my piece of wood and push that down. I also have a paper towel with me just to wipe my fingers off. Push that down. Sometimes to guarantee the edge and make sure that that stays down, I just put a little bit on my finger and I go right around the edge and push all of that on there. Okay. And don't worry about putting it over the front of your piece of paper. We're gonna nail and string there, so that doesn't have to be glued down. Okay, I'm gonna set that aside. I'll wipe my finger off here. So there is the paper on your palette. Now what I am going to do is I'm gonna grab a hammer. This is something that you guys are gonna have at your house. And then I'm going to dump my nails out. Now, the hammers that we have here in our studio, they're pretty cool. They untwist, and at the bottom, there's a magnet in there. And we actually give these to the kids because they hold, if you can see that, they hold that nail in there. And it's easier for them to nail on their board. If you don't have that, use some tweezers so the kids can hold that. That way your fingers aren't right up on the project, and then you won't run the risk of hammering your finger. So what I'm gonna do is I am just going to set this where I'd like to start. When I space my nails, I space them about 1/4 of an inch apart. That way it just fills in nicely when you go to fill in with your string. So I'm going to hit straight down, and if you have the kids or even yourself, hold your hammer a little more towards the head. You'll have more control than trying to swing and hit this way, okay? So just give it a good knock, and you're gonna go to where it's about a 1/4 inch above the wood, you want to make sure that you go at least halfway down with your nail so that when you are tugging on the string, you don't pop those nails out. Now, you guys are gonna hammer this and some of your nails are gonna get crooked, so just take and gently adjust it by tapping it with the head of the hammer. So I'm not gonna actually nail this whole one, it'll take a little bit of time, but I did pre-nail one of my boards so I can show you. Your string is gonna come folded. All you have to do is untwist this and it'll come out that way. I'm gonna grab the end of this and unwind a little bit. When you go to start the stringing process, what I do, I'm gonna put this under here so you guys can see a little bit better. It'll tilt it up. What I'm gonna do is tie a loop and pull this string through. Okay, so you have a circle like this. I'm just gonna find one of my end ones and tie that off. Now I'm gonna tie that 2 more times. 1, 2. Great. I'm gonna leave the tail. I'll take care of that at the end. If your pattern, a lot of people tend to just quickly outline so they know exactly where they're supposed to be going. You may definitely do that. I'm actually just going to start by stringing mine. And I'm gonna go in every direction there is, but about every 6 nails, go ahead and make a full turn around that head of the nail. So if you let go of your string, it'll only bounce back that many nails instead of loosening your whole project up. All right. And for the sake of the video, I'm not going to completely fill this in just because we would be here forever. But as you are stringing, you'll be going over certain areas several times. Just take your finger and push your string down, and that will give you room to continue to string around the head of the nail so that that doesn't get too thick in there with your string and end up falling off as you are completing your project. Now to finish it, I like to do what I call a crazy 8, and I border the entire project with that. So what I do for that is I will come along the edge of it and I will crazy 8 between 2 nails, and I sometimes do it once or twice and then just go around the whole outside of it. Okay, so crazy 8, 1 around the whole outside, come to the next one, crazy 8, all the way around the outside, crazy 8, all the way around the outside. Okay, and even from here you can see how that makes this border a little thicker, and it'll really finish off your project. And once you get all the way around the border with that, how you finish it is I take my finger and I wrap this around so it makes a loop. And then I'm simply going to set that loop over the nail and pull it tight. Okay? Wrap it around your finger, set your finger on the nail, pull that down, pull it tight. Now I'm going to do that 3 times. Wrap it around, set your finger on the nail, and pull it tight. There you go, 3 times over. If you want to put a little glue dot where both of your strings started, just to hold that knot, feel free to do that. But then all you need to do is clip that and you will have your finished string art. Thank you.